a weird one this here. There's my spirit level on the worktop. It's not touching the cooker. I don't think you get much more level than that. If anything, it's a smidge. It's a smidge. I would go as far as to say that's 100%. Why it's 100%, a smidge there, 100% there, and it can be out slightly more in the middle, I don't understand. But look at this now. Touching the worktop there. Gap up there. Now I'm sure I can bend the wood, but I shouldn't have to force the wood. Is that wood crooked? You know the only way of testing the wood out, turn upside down, see if that wood's bowed or if my worktop's slightly out. If I put this upside down and it's bent up the ways, the wood's bent. Look at that, boys. That wood is bent. I've never known a piece of wood to bend that way. Ever. The actual wood's not straight. Now if I screwed it a while, it wouldn't be a problem. But I want to glue it on with silicone. I wouldn't even want to glue it on with panel heads. I was going to use silicone. So the actual wood is bent. You expect the wood to bend that way if it's stored wrong. But it's trying to bend that way. So what I'll do, I'll put on the silicone. I might put a wee nail or something just to stop it putting up until it dries. But like, now that's been here now 3 weeks maybe, 3 weeks. It's been stored in here inside, on the floor, lying flat, the way it would be, the way it's supposed to be. So right, B&Q now selling straight butts of wood out. That's where I was packing it now. Getting all my shelves full up now. I'm using the fancy end panels of the old kitchen for extra shelves, because the end panels is better than the wood you buy. It's very expensive wood, like, very well made. So I'm making extra shelves. I have another shelf to put in here now for my cups. That's far too big a gap. But look at this here now, look. I'm going to keep my toaster there. Look, the very first plate of chips we made now. The very first plate of chips is going on. Look at that, boys. We are now independent. How many tons of food are going in here? So all our meals are going to be paired in here now, pet. Fridge is going, everything's going now. Still have all these things to stick on. But I'm not doing the silicone till everything's finished. All dust is finished. So when I put on the silicone, there's no sawdust getting stuck on it while it's still done. We're getting there, Lena. Lena's first meal in the new kitchen. There we go, Lena. Alright, girl. Then she gets your wee ball. The new kitchen's looking a bit of a mess at the minute. I'll tell you what I'm doing now. I'm using it and adjusting as I'm going along here, bringing stuff in. And none of the shelves in the right place. So I'm going to put my cups and plates in on that one. That shelf there needs lowered down a bit. None of the holes match up. Why waste the space? So I need to bring this. I can't get another 2 bowls deep there. So I had to move that down a wee bit. Putting lunch boxes and cereals and all up in there, like. This is my biscuit. This is my wee biscuit cupboard. It was Luna's food, but I had to move Luna's food. It wasn't working out. So this, you know, like the idea is I get a cup, fill up. I had to fill this cup up with water to fill up the 1 cup. It only does boils 1 cup. So I get my cup, get the milk, put the milk in my cup, put the water in the wee kettle, have my cup of tea, and get my biscuits. So I was trying to keep it in one line here, like. Then again, in here it was none of the shelves matched up. Like, see these bleaches are not here. You can see a bulk buy bleach. Not that I use a lot of bleach, but you know sometimes you get coupons. You have to spend so much money, and you get money off, and that's how I end up with so much. Because I can never mind how much I didn't realise that much bleach in the house. The shelf wasn't high enough. Them wee holes don't match up. Nothing would have fitted had I put the the wee bracket there. Like, I don't know what way they draw the holes in their things, what kind of products they have, and whatever country they made this in. There's bleach and everything, like everything. Nothing would fit if the shelf was that high. And I don't know. Works out now for me that way anyway. Soap powders don't stack up. I had the washing machine and like a wee utility room, the old kitchen. The washing machine's in the kitchen now. Too much soap. I have too many everything, like. But because I don't shop very often, I just grab something when I'm there. So the washing machine's over here. I don't really whack over there the soap powders, and I don't want soap powders standing up here. I want that for my cleaning products. I don't want soap powders standing there. So I put the soap powders into this wee thing here, and then I can just scoop out what I want and throw into the washing machine. Keep it close. I'm using that there for my laundry now at the minute. I need to get the door open the other way. So it's handy in the morning. When I come in, I can just throw the stuff in there, like. But it needs to open the other way so I can shoot it into the washing machine. It's a work in progress. I didn't realise Luna owns so much of the kitchen. But that there is solid the whole way back. McVitie's chocolate biscuits. You can tell I like my McVitie's chocolate biscuits. You have to buy them when they're cheap. There's them wee Boreos and all for Luna. This is how I do my shopping, you see. If something's cheap, I just buy up. There's no point. People say prices are going up. But a problem here, I have my vinegar and sugar all over there. But see, this morning I got my cornflakes. It wasn't working out right. I want it over here. My chip pan. The chip pan's going to sit there. The air fryer's going to sit there when I get the cooker hood. I'll probably sit to the side officially, but unofficially it's never going to leave there. I don't use the hob. So when I get the cooker hood, she might as well go through the cooker hood. So it's going to end up sitting there like. That's a nice second hand one there. I ended up in the attic for 10 years. So I had to get it cleaned up. So if you get the chips and all, it's handy to have the vinegar above the chips. I don't want to run back and forward like. I don't get exhausted. I weigh Luna's food out. So it's handy to have her wee food up there as well. So, see, I went to the dietitian. You wouldn't believe it, that nuts is good for you. I eat one of them mouthful up there a day with nuts. 250 grams of nuts I eat every day. Up here now. I'll tell you a problem I had. I only time I eat rice is at work. And I always bought Tesco rice. And you know it's very hard to get stuff. You go, it's never in stock. So I ended up with a pair of trays of Tesco rice. But during COVID, what they done was they watered it down. But because I'm always ahead of myself, I didn't realise it. The Tesco rice, it's practically water. I don't know. And I'm stuck with piles of it. I was going to dump it all. And then I thought, well, I'll get other rice and mix it. So I end up, that's not as bad. When you mix the two together, it's alright. But even that's not great. The rice, if I had an old can of rice, it was solid. I don't know what's gone wrong. Baked beans are the same way. You can't, everything's water. I always bought Sainsbury's beans. It's just pure water. I don't know. But I'll tell you what I noticed about the beans the other day there. So I'm trying different, Sainsbury's what I want, but I don't want watery beans. So I like the Sainsbury's beans. So I'm trying Tesco and Asda. I'm not too keen on them. But I'll tell you what I noticed. I don't know why I keep buying watery beans. Just look at them there, look. The Asda is a bigger can. But look at the side, look. 420 grams. And Asda's actually less, 410. So Asda's giving you less beans. See, look how solid, that's not too bad there. So I went around the shops now shaking my tins all the time. I know Sainsbury's is always a bit less. 400 grams for Sainsbury's. The thing I don't like about the Sainsbury's beans, too much colouring in them. So that's empty now because I moved the stuff across. They don't open up, that's just the freezer. So only the top ones you open up here. And as you can see, it's all Luna again like. We're trying to work it out. There's about 22 stone of dog food there. I used real wood, some weight in dog food. No point in using chipboard. Originally I was going to put steel framing in there. If you imagine that weight's pushing down on that ladder, what it wants to do is push the sides out. That's what it wants to do. You see the wee tiny ladder? It comes with a wee shelf that's screwed in place. So even that wee one can, the one you bend out, there's a hell of a lot of weight on the top of that. I've used real plywood, and there's plywood in the bottom. I made that ladder like, so she's solid 2x4 timber. She's got steel adjustable feet, big rods, so she can take more weight. But the axle size, I never intended for the size you take the weight. So that's why everything's all screwed in. No point in using these wee brackets here. I want to push out. So everything's all screwed in with real wood. And real wood will take the weight. And I put a wee bar between the wall and that as well. So even if that was to give away and push out, it won't give way. This is going to be my charging station here. I'm going to put a switch socket board on here now. I'll plug in there. So every time I want to charge something, like a drawer or something, I'll put the charger here, plug it in there, and close the doors. So I can have all my charging stuff sitting there. So there's 12 volt Parkside batteries. I'm getting organised. That's not hair cutters there now. I've changed that to the lithium battery charger. Did you read my name? That changed my mind, you see. 20 volt Parkside charger. That's on the A battery chargers. The Bosch battery charger. And that's the miscellaneous battery chargers. So I was going to put the hair because I'm not going to put, I'm going to send away for another lithium battery charger now. I bought that one there. That was about £40, £50. Lithium battery chargers were expensive. But it's 20 amp. But it's an unbranded name. And I'm going to send away now for Renogy charger. It's only 10 amp, £70. It's a brand name. So I'm going to get the Renogy charger. I've got 2 lithium batteries now, like. And then I'm looking for spaces now. I had to put the soft closure in. I took the doors and all off last night. This is my odds and ends now, Hoover parts. Then again, look, it's all Lunas. All Lunas. Luna is taking up over half of my house. They always say girls do that, don't they? They take up all the cupboard space. Luna is taking up most of the house. That's my wee sticky tips and stuff. See, look at the wee trays and all. I'm all organised. And then my wee bits of paper and all, my tapes and all that. I am getting organised. So it's not the matter of just building the kitchen. I'm getting things sorted out where everything's going. See, I like my crisps too, like. And I like my lemonade. So that was that stuff there. That bottle there is 75p. That's the last of the old batch. The stuff behind's a £1 a bottle and spars. So that's the older stock there in front. That's the newer stock I just got last week. So there's room for more yet, like. So I count 1 bottle a week, and the best before date is up until May next year. So you get the idea. There's a few more to get yet. Don't know what I'm going to do with turtles and stuff. I haven't sorted that out yet. You can see my fridge too, like. Some people's fridges are full of alcoholic. Oh, not mine. You have to keep a fridge full. So, like, it's not to say I have much variety. I'm different varieties now, actually. Pepsi Max, I don't taste stuff right. Pepsi Max Lime and Pepsi Max Tango. And you know the weird thing is, I had a Pepsi Max Tango. I thought, you know, those seeds taste a bit like cola. And then I looked down, it was Tango. That's my taste now since COVID. A wee bit of Club Orange. You need a wee bit of variety, like. And the soya milk. Soya milk's only there, it's storage, like. And again, I put my dates on it. So, always buy it by the carton. That's as far as I've got now. My other kitchen now is a muddin. I say stuff's in the dishwasher. The dishwasher empties now. I get all my dinner plates out. I want to see what height the dinner plates come to and lower that shelf down. And that'll be another job done. I was thinking here in the back, do you see that shadow line? Shadow lines are just the way the lights shine on it. If you take now, the lights shine in this lunchbox. If that lunchbox goes up, the light's still shining on it. Maybe they're up. There's the lunchbox there now, so it's in the shadow. See it coming out of the shadow. So if I have a shelf in that shadow line, anything sitting at that height, you don't get a shadow line. So by putting a wee small shelf across here by 6 inches deep, it'll actually make the kitchen look brighter. And I need somewhere for these wee cookie jars and all. I don't like putting away the cookie jars in tea bags. If I kept a cup of tea, a tea bag would be handy. And the sugar from it, you know, I get wee stainless steel stuff. Or a wee decorative cups as well. I had that 7-Up. I might put that there up in the wall in between. I don't know. And then I had fruit machine things I'm thinking of putting up there. I used to have a big fruit machine one time. But I need somebody to hold them, like, they get the idea. You get these things here, like. That might make a nice splash back there. Like, not that I splash because I don't cook. But if I get a cooker hood put in, that'd make a nice wee picture between the cooker hood and the, what do you call it? So, and then the like of this one here, my idea with this one here, I'm not sure, this might go above my kitchen table. That's the other part of the fruit machine. But you see where people actually collect these glass panels. I had to scrap the fruit machine years ago. When I moved into, before I moved into the bungalow, part of our house was getting built down and had been knocked down and stuff, and there's nowhere for the fruit machine to go. So I'm going to put photographs of all my pups in there. Mine, each one of them would be like cherries and limes and all them type of things. So I could put wee willow up there, wee shadow there, maybe another shadow up there, wee Lucy, Luna, you know, mix them up as though the wee pups is the fruit machine. So I'm going to put my table over there now. I'm going to get the table I have and cut it in half. So maybe I could just put that then above the table. And that'll sort of match in. They say any colour goes with grey. I need to find the colours. I want nice, heavy, polished curtains. I've always used second-hand curtains and stuff. I want nice, thick, polished curtains. And if I can get the colours of this here, all sorts of colours like that, in the curtains, rather than just a colour, try and get a few colours. You've got the blues there, you've got the pinks and the yellows and reds, there's all sorts of colours in that, and that's the sort of leading me the idea of using them. Try and get as much colour in rather than just the grey. Grey is the background. And Fido Dido, he's green, the wee green frame. I also have a Fido Dido shop sign, open and close. And then I thought, well, I could take that out of the frame and put that up on the wall. What did I do that sign now? The next thing now, that tumble dryer has to go out. I might put that tumble dryer there in my coat room. So I'm thinking there, because I put a socket and all in there. I need to pull the frame off. If I pull the frame off, see, everything's more work. If I pull the frame off, the tumble dryer sits in the bottom half. I could either raise the coats up or else move the coats into the other place. Them shelves up there, practically not so stuff is not used. That's all brand new stuff that's never used. Bought myself that wee radio there. It's a Bluetooth speaker, but I got that myself for Christmas. So I haven't opened it up yet. I just got it yesterday from Amazon. £70 with £20 off coupon, £50. That's waterproof. It's waterproof to 3 feet for half an hour. And it's 24-hour battery life. 24-hour playtime. IPX7. You can't beat that sound core. All that anchor stuff's all good. The new model now is £200. That's the old model. The old model of £50 does me grand. So it does. There's some things I like about the B&Q kitchen, and there's some things I think's bad. Cutting every end, all the decorative end panels are a problem. There's the keyboard of my old kitchen there. Nice round the corners. Even the edge is done. And the back has got white formica on it. That's the old kitchen. There's the B&Q one. Raw chipboard at the end. It's not rounded off. They have put the white on the top and the bottom, but the back is just raw chipboard. Like, the more raw chipboard there is, the more damp and all, the more problems you're going to have. It's just not built the same. It's good to have the gloss at the bottom, because if you mop your floor, it's going to go up in. But That's the same. I need thinking these backsplashes, that is raw chipboard at the bottom. Why did they not put the Formica in the bottom? The same as that. If they can put the Formica in the bottom of that, why not put the Formica in the bottom of that? That's the same again. It's raw chipboard at the end, and it's raw chipboard underneath. I haven't got them glued on yet. There's that much crap on the table. It's just raw chipboard underneath. That means I'm going to have silicone showing. So I'm going to get grey silicone instead of white. Don't like silicone. See the boys put my door silicone. Shouldn't be any silicone. My old windows didn't have no silicone on them. There's my old living room window. No silicone put in that. They plastered down to the window. So what I think I'm going to do, whenever all the work's done in my house, I'm going to go around all the windows, all the new windows I get, and I'm going to plaster myself down to the windows instead of silicone. See the next problem now. The floor is not level. It's up to one side, but that board is exactly whatever it is. So if that side's okay, that side there is going to be too tight. Where the shelf is at the very end, it's just too tight. Just a smidgy, but it's touching the floor. See, we have that up a wee bit. If I get lino, I want the lino to go under slightly. I don't want the wood sitting on water. Normally what you want to do there is cut off the top. That's not too far out. I might cut the top off and keep the Formica bit to the bottom. Cut the whole thing short. See, if I put that there now, see how crooked the wood's sitting. It's just, it doesn't look that far out, but that's how far it's out there. It's enough not to get in there. It's just a wee smidgy. So because it's not that much out, I might cut the top of this. If you cut the top, if it's any more out than that, and you cut the top off, the angles won't be right at the sides. This one over here is worse. I knew this was bad because when I built the platform, this larder, pain in the arse. So see the gap there is there. I can get my whole hand underneath. Well, the gap there is a lot smaller, and there's no way I can cut that off the top. It has to be off the bottom. The only thing is, I'm worried because it drips down. If I cut it off the bottom, I'm going to leave it short. I'll really put a screw through the top because that's solid wood and screw it in, so there's no chance of slumping down. So from there to there down, the floor's not too bad. You see there, that lifts up. But from there up, so I'm going to cut the length. That's a factory age. So I want the factory age meeting the factory age. I'll measure up there now, and I'll measure down here, cut the board off. And then I'll put my tape measure there, whatever it is. And I'll put the tape measure there, whatever it is. Mark it and draw a crooked line. It's going to have to be the chipboard next to the floor. But I'll make sure there's a couple of mil gap. I'll keep it off the floor. But I don't know whether these wee brackets will hold it off the floor. If you're screwing in, if worst came to the worst, I would put a screw in the cupboard into the top to make sure it doesn't go down the floor. It's only these wee plastic clips. I haven't fitted them too often there. So that's all it holds it, the wee plastic clips. But it has to stay off the floor. So if you spill a bucket of water, it'll run underneath. At least it won't suck up in the chipboard. Just a few millimeters, that's all you need. So we'll put a wee hole in top. Like that cupboard's not too bad. You don't want to put too many holes over the sink. You always get floods at sinks, don't you? Every time you disconnect the pipe, it wants to pass out. So that's why I left this to the end. I want the flooring all cleared. And so I'm going to fit these wee clips to this one because I'm not an expert at fitting these. I don't know what it's like to fit them. How accurate it has to be. So as far as I know, I'm sure everybody else has done these before. So I'll draw a pencil line down the middle. I'll screw that on there. The bottom of the foot must keep it out. And then just clip on anywhere. So see how it goes. Can't be that hard. The other problem I'm going to have here, that side doesn't need much off at all. This side needs a bit off, but you can't cut off not much. you got to cut off something or the saw's not going to grip. So I'm going to have to cut off more than I want to cut off. If it is a bigger gap than there should be, I can put wee spacers away up in here and you won't see them. Well, see, it all depends if it sits in its own place or not. I say I don't really need nothing cut off that side. You see the size it is already. But I've no choice because I can't cut off nothing. The other thing I can try and do is, instead of going the whole length, go halfway. I take a measurement halfway and see. You couldn't do it with electric saw, you just rip it to bits. I don't really need, maybe if I go from halfway and go at a steeper angle. I'll just measure this again. Just put on some of this Evo stick. Hey, they could sponsor me, couldn't they? Make this watertight now. Just rub it on my finger. So I'm not gluing this to nothing. I'm just putting the glue on, rub it on my finger, and because it's a waterproof glue, so to put it'll seal up all the pores of the chipboard. It wouldn't be as good as the original Formica if it was curved around, but what can you do? It is what it is. I still have all the original plastic in these doors, so the wee bits and pieces, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if it goes slightly over. And do a wee bit of the edge. So I'll finish this off now and I'll stick it in place. It's very easy to fit. Very easy to fit, so it is, but it might be holding up 100% tight to the bottom of that. See, the thing about them boards too, they put strength in the whole unit. If I'm putting in piles of dog food and that, it wants to bend down even though it's all supported. So by putting 4 wee screws under it, 4 wee screws, and from the top down in, it strengthens your whole cabinet up. And if the washing machines weren't there and you put a screw in the side, it would make it even stronger, but it makes it hard getting off. So I won't be putting no screws in until everything's all finished. I got a wee mouse in my other kitchen. It was behind the units. Out here there's fields behind us, and wee mice come in the winter time. See the doors not lie open? Wee mice come in. So it's always handy to get them off. So that's it. Now do the other side now. Just look at the instructions like you do after you do something. You know how you never look at instructions beforehand? You look at it afterwards. There they show you putting on the tape that they sell optional extra. I've never much success in sticking that stuff on. I know years ago I used to iron it on. It's never no good. And then you had to try and trim it off and all. Wouldn't waste my time with. That's why my old kitchen had the end. It looked neat. So originally I was going to bring the wooden countertops down the side. It wouldn't have mattered about edges and stuff. But shows you there cutting it, getting it square, cutting on a piece of tape. That's all very well. You know the most important tool in the kitchen? Forget about all your DeWalt stuff and all that. There's the most important tool in the kitchen. Proper handsaw. That happens to be a Stanley. I'd buy 3 or 4 at a time. Workmen would do that. They buy a pair of handsaws. If you take the price of jigsaw blades, you get a good handsaw, what, £8. Look for them in the sale. That's your most important tool. That will cut all that Formica without chipping it. That's what they're designed for. They're not designed for cutting wood. Nobody cuts wood nowadays, so they're designed to cut plastic. The actual teeth is actually wider than the blade, so they don't stick like they used to years ago. And you've got a sharp handsaw. No blisters or nothing like. You don't. Just take your time. The saw does the work. That's your most important tool. So they're showing tape there. No need for tape apart from seeing your pencil line. As far as seeing the pencil line, I think that one of the best things for writing on is one of these wee Sharpie pens. Because that's plastic on top of that, and the Sharpie are right on top of the plastic. So I've used the wee Sharpie pens because masking tape holds you back and all, but them all saws will not chip it. Makes it easier. But they're not showing anywhere there or on a crooked floor. Now bear in mind that these all come with adjustable feet. Why is the feet adjustable? Because they know the floors are crooked. That's why they're adjustable. And yet, because people want a cupboard level. If you buy a table, you set your table on the floor and it just sets the angle of the floor. When you fit a kitchen, it has to be level. So that's why then you got to adjust your feet. But it doesn't show that how to cut off the bottom. Oh no, don't show that bit. Here's another wee tip here now. I have to cut that there. These have squares built into them. And you put it on and you draw your line. I wouldn't trust it. Scrap piece of wood? Aye. Piece of wood like this here? No. If you want to get a proper true square, that's a shelf from one of the cupboards. And see, if you want to get your floor squared off, you're putting on base units. If you line that up there with your 2 fingers, you feel it 2 fingers and line up that line. That will be truer than any square that you've put. The longer the board, the more accurate it is. So you want a longest board as you can. It needs 2 hands to do it. And I'll hold my 2 fingers steady with that, and then I'll draw my line. 100% accurate every time. Wow. I've measured here. It's okay, that size of that height's okay there, but I say I have to cut something off. You can't start off the middle of nowhere. If I measure here now, I've got 15. So I'll mark at 14.5. And I measure down here. $14.5. So I'll mark at 14. And then just down at the very end then, I've got 14, just less than 14, 13.5. So it's not a dead straight line. So that line I'll draw to there, and then from there to there, I'll be slightly steeper. And I'll take the minimum amount off there. So that's the only way I can work that out. Hopefully it'll work. And so these I'll tell you what, but I got these pens cheap. But you know I don't pay full money for nothing. But discontinued and Tesco's, they don't last very long. So I think they're just old stock. Because I'm not happy with the life out of them. I don't get much life out of them. Worse than a felt tip. I'm going to put the glue in the bottom of that one now. That one's okay, it's got the Formica on it. The 2 have to be joined together. You need something really straight. There's no way would you guess it. Luckily I have the broader spirit level here. But the longer you have, you can't really trust a piece of wood because wood can be warped. So the longer the thing you have, the more accurate you're going to get it. So I'm going to screw on this batten of wood. Then again, the longer the wood, the better. But the wood has to not be low enough. It's going to hit the feet, and not so it hits these. So I have to leave enough a gap there for the feet when it stands up. But first thing I do is put the glue on there. I'm just getting everything all lined up before I plaster on the glue. And that'll have to go up as one piece. I'll say I might have to put a wee screw in that there to hold it onto the batten. No clips for that. So we'll see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clips. I wanted to put a longer batten on because we'll give it more support, but I just realised it's too thick. The batten's too thick to go in front of the legs, so I had to cut it short. So I've used the wee saw again, used another wee bit off. So the wee saw's handy. It's the same here too. I'm going to cut this off here because I'm not going to pass them legs. You see, whenever you go to plan a kitchen, if I was doing this kitchen again, I could save money. Whenever I'm finished, I'm going to do a wee video of the kitchen on what each individual component cost, and how you can save money doing it. One example is this big end panel here. Now I'm sure it was £80 on the original receipt, but when I bought another one, it was 50 something. And I used the other one and cut it in 2 for here. So I need to get through the receipts and get the exact price. The original panel they gave me there cost £42 or something. It was 20% off in the sale, so probably £50 roughly. So that would have been £100. Going by the 20% off price, it was about £82 for them 2 panels, and yet 50 something pound I was able to make the 2 of them, and that is better than what the other panels were because it's gloss on both sides. If this gloss on both sides is a hassle. This kickboard, gloss on both sides there, but no gloss there, you see. So you can't use that for in here. If that had a bit of gloss there, you could have used it from there. Now I need to check the price of the kickboard. But originally, he was going to sell me one of these big side panels for in there. So you have the wee line to match. £80 for a line. that kickboard in there would have done the job. So the plastics on that it might be a wee bit thin, you know, but you could have got away with a kickboard. So had I known, depending on what price a kickboard is, I don't think that there, you could have put a kickboard on that side, because you don't see that. As wee things to get can save money, like. This cornice here, it might have been handy if I just kept that one run. A lot of money wasted in these, because I want to bring it down. Had I had it going level, a lot less work. But I'm no good at mitering. So that cost £50 each. A lot of money. It would need to be cheaper getting a carpenter in to miter these and get the cheaper panels. So I must find out what the cheaper panels were. And we'll compare the difference. If the cheaper panels were like £300 cheaper overall, because there's 1, 2, there's about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of them panels. It's £350 for there, like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels would have been 8, but I cheated, like, so I put one there. I saved myself £50. I cut it in half. So that would have been £400 on panels. It'd be interesting to see what the smaller panels would have been, and if they say they were £200 cheaper, you could pay somebody to miter them. You could save a bit of money. So I must check up when I get once the kitchen's all finished.